Yo, what is going on, everybody? JP16 here, and today I am going to be bringing you my predicted starting 11 and bench for Man United next season. The players that aren't currently at United they are obviously rumours, but they are off Sky Sports, which are probably one of the most reliable sources you can get. One of the players, obviously, they signed obviously a new centre back. He'll be in there. But yeah, let's just get straight into this. I'm going to start at the bench. Sergio Romero. I think he'll be there next year. I don't think there's any reason to sell him. I think he had a couple of appearances during the season. I think he was strong enough in goal. From what I know, he's having a good Copa America, which is good to hear, because in case anything happens with De Gea or whatever. But yeah, I don't see there's any reason to get rid of him. I think he should stay and be the number 2 goalkeeper. Yeah, I think he should. Well, I know it'll be hard to stay number 2 to David De Gea, but yeah, I think he should stay in. That's it. Marcos Rojo, I think he has had a good season at United. Played the majority of it left back, which isn't obviously his natural position. I think he might be there. I think he probably will be there next year. I don't think he'll be starting centre back, but I think he'll definitely be on the bench. I think he's reliable when he comes on. I think he'd be a lot better at centre back than he would at left back. Made a couple of mistakes at left back, but that's going to come when you're not naturally playing. You're not naturally in that position. But yeah, I think he did a fairly strong season overall, and I think he'll be there next year. Next, Antonio Valencia had a good season as well. He's a right back now, and I think from what I've seen, that's probably his best position. He's able to track back. His defending could be improved on a little, seeing as he's a right back, but he's good at getting forward. He's good at getting the ball into the box, them low fast paced balls, getting into the box. If any player gets their foot in it, there's a good chance it's going in, because 95% of the time the ball that goes into the box, it's a lethal ball, and it's straight to a United player that's in front of goal. So yeah, I think he'll be there next year. Age is creeping up in the small bit. He's 31 now. Well, he's 31 in August, but still young enough. I think he'd still be at United for another season or two, and yeah, I think he'll be there. Next, I'm going to move on to Ander Herrera. Had an okay season. He did have a lot of good performances, but he had a couple of poor ones as well. He made a couple of mistakes, gave away a few goals. He's been at United 2 years now. He's done well, but I think he could definitely improve. I think he could do better. But I think Mourinho will keep him in the squad, and I think he'll definitely improve him and get him to be a good player and a better one than what he is now. Next, Memphis Depay. I think he should definitely be there next year. He's only 22. He's a lot more to prove. Yes, he had a poor enough season, but he had a couple of good performances to start the season, and obviously the one in Europa League. Was it Bruges? I can't remember, but I remember him playing. The goal he got was like how he got it into that near post was just, it was a really good goal, and his performance was just amazing. And I think if he could do that every game, he could probably be one of the best players in the Premier League. But there have been talks of the likes of him, Herrera and Rojo not being in the squad next year. But I think especially Memphis, I think he should be there. I think he should be there to prove that he belongs at United, and the number 7 belongs to him, because if he improves himself, he will deserve it and he will keep it. Next, I'll move on to Michael Carrick. Recently signed a new 1-year contract. He's been at United for what? He's definitely been there more than 8 years. Maybe 10 years, maybe around that. And he's always been solid. I think he won't be on the starting 11. He might start a couple of times. Maybe FA Cup, Capital One Cup maybe. But I think he'll definitely be on the bench. I think he'll definitely have a role in the dressing room and kind of getting heads up and just in general kind of speaking to everybody about what they should be doing, because he is now, apart from Rooney, the most experienced player there. I think him and Rooney I think are the only, and Valencia from about 2008 I think it is, are the only original players there. So I think he's definitely experienced and he could definitely help out everybody. Next, Jesse Lingard. He had a good enough season as well. He was injured for a little bit I think, but he's very what's the word? His abilities. He has ability. Like he can move quick down the wing. He isn't the best in front of goal, but of course you couldn't forget that volley that he scored, FA Cup final, extra time. Played well. When he was playing during the season, I think he should definitely be there next season. I don't think he'll be starting again. Like Carrick, he might start FA Cup games and such, or he might even go out on loan. But I think he should definitely be there next year. I think he'll definitely improve. Two players that I haven't put in, but I'm going to talk about anyway, is Schweinsteiger. I don't know if he's going to be there next year. I actually think I have him in my club. I could pop him up. But yeah, Schweinsteiger he had an okay season. Don't kick me on Ultimate Team. Probably will do it as well. Yeah, it is. He had an okay season. He could have played better, much better, but he could have played much worse as well. I think he's definitely a leader. That's a fact. I think he was captain at Bayern Munich. Don't quote me on that, I might be wrong, but I think he was. So if Mourinho can get the best out of him at United, he could definitely be a leader. He could definitely be an important player. And the next player is he's not in the start. He won't be in the starting lineup, but he doesn't have. Well, he has a card. His name is there, but his card isn't there. That's Marcus Rashford. He's definitely be there next year. His ability. Oh, pops up finally. There's Schweinsteiger. I might as well throw him in now that I was talking about him. Rashford, his ability is amazing. What he did in the space of his first 3 games, he got 2 against. I keep thinking it's Bruges, but he got 2 in the Europa League. Then he got 2 versus Arsenal, and then he scored against Man City in his first Manchester derby, which is amazing for any player, really. I mean, there's been so many players that have gone into a Manchester derby and scored, like Michael Owen did it, but for Rashford to literally just come up from the academy and do what he's done, I don't think anybody can say that he's an exciting prospect. And I know a season doesn't prove you as a good or a bad player, but I think he's definitely promising and he's definitely one to keep an eye on. Now into the starting 11. Mourinho's up there as well at manager. The formation, I was going to talk about that actually, I nearly forgot. 4-2-3-1 is the formation that he played at Chelsea, and apparently apart from that and the 4-3-3, he usually plays everywhere he goes. But I think that with the striker that I'm going to be putting in, I think he may only play one up front. So we'll just stick with this formation for now, and it may change come game day, but we'll just go with this for now. In goal, I don't think there's any question about it, David De Gea. Probably one of the best, not probably, I think he is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and I think a lot of people would say that no matter what team you support. He was the only reason United didn't finish mid-table, and I'm being honest, if they didn't have a keeper like David De Gea, I wouldn't be surprised if they finished probably 8th or 9th. We were lucky to hold on to him last year. We could have been in trouble if we didn't. From sources, Sky Sports are saying that Madrid have dropped their interest in him, but in saying that, Madrid could turn around with a 50 million bid tomorrow morning. So he does have a contract there until 2019. But yeah, he'll definitely be there next year. And yeah, that's it really. That's just it. I think if he stays there and keeps doing what he's doing, he'll definitely go down as one of the best goalkeepers United ever had. He'll go alongside Schmeichel and Van der Sar and Barthez. No, obviously not Barthez. Shit. But yeah, he'll go down as one of the best keepers in the Premier League even. So yeah, let's hope he stays there, and we'll just have to see what happens. My first centre back will be the recent signing from Villarreal, I believe it is. I'll have to check. Villarreal. There he is, Eric Bailly. I've looked him up and I've seen a bit of him, and he looks like he's one of the most UEFA ranked him as one of the most promising centre backs in Europe, which is obviously very good to hear. Or FIFA or something like that. He's in rankings anyway for one of the most promising defenders in Europe. Like, he's in La Liga, so he's played against the best players in the world, like Messi, Neymar, Suarez, Bale, Benzema, Ronaldo. Like, he's played against the very best, so he will have no problem. He won't be like, he'll have experience with dealing with very, very good players, because there are a lot of very, very good players in the Premier League, the likes of Aguero or Sanchez or Harry Kane. Like, there's a lot of good players in the Premier League, and I think he may be able to deal with them like he's dealt with them in La Liga. Next, I don't think there's any question about it. United's best defender, one of the best defenders in the Premier League, and that is going to be Mike Smalling. Well, Chris, but Van Gaal. Definitely one of the best centre backs in the Premier League, one of the best centre backs in England, probably England's best centre back. That could be argued, John Stones and that, but yeah, he just was United's best defender last year. I keep saying last year. I always say year for some reason instead of season. Last season, and he'll definitely be there next season. And yeah, that's it. He's just all around. He is everything. He's unbelievably quick for a defender of his height as well, 6'4". He just makes so many important interceptions, and I think him and Bailly will be a force to be reckoned with. It's going to be very difficult for strikers such as even the likes of Sanchez and Aguero, for the strength and the pace that both of these fellas have, will just be very hard to deal with. Left back, I'm going to have familiar face of Luke Shaw. I think for the 3 or 4 months that he was playing last season, he was getting better and better every game, and it was unfortunate that he had the double leg break against PSV. Hector Moreno, I hate you forever. But yeah, I think he's probably one of the most promising left backs in England, if not Europe. Obviously now he needs to come back and play as good, if not better, than before he got injured. And I was going to say something and I'm forgetting. But yeah, I mean, he came from Southampton. First season wasn't very good. Second season came out and he just played unbelievable. Like, he completely changed, and he was getting better and better every game, like I said, and then unfortunately he got injured. But now that he's back, he's going to be back for the pre-season games. But once he gets back to the Premier League, I think he's going to be a lot better, and he's going to be a lot faster, a lot stronger. and I look forward to seeing him back in action. Right back, another familiar face, Matteo Darmian. That's another player as well, actually. Varela, I really like Varela. I think he played well in the games that he played in. And I think he may go out on loan. I don't think, because Mourinho and his status with young players, I don't know if he's going to be there. He may go out on loan, like I said, but I definitely think he's one to keep an eye on for the future, and I hope he's there, but who knows. Anyway, Matteo Darmian, a strong enough season last year. He played well in a lot of his games. He did make a couple of mistakes which would have led to goals. He's 6 foot, and there's a lot of strikers who would be 3 or 4 inches taller than him if he did ever pull into the middle, like for a cross or whatever, and then the likes of Lukaku would just climb above him. But I think he had a strong season. I don't see any reason to replace him. I think he should be there next year, and I think he's a good player overall. And I don't see any need to replace him. I think he'll be there, but we'll have to wait and see. Another familiar face, Morgan Schneiderlin. Blind as well, actually. I don't know if he's going to be there. But I don't know if he's going to be there next season either way. Had a good season. It's played well in some of his appearances and played poorly in others. Very well rounded. He was very good for Southampton, and then he came to United and wasn't as good. But I think that give him another year, and I think he'll definitely be after improving. We still have the pre-season tournament coming up for him to play in. I think that under a new manager now, he'd probably get a confidence boost under a manager like Mourinho, and I think that he definitely play better, and I think he should definitely be there next year. Next, we're moving away from the familiar faces, and we're going to a very I want to say a shot in the dark, but there is a chance of it happening as well. He was already there, and he might possibly be going back, and that is not Sami Khedira. That is Paul Labile Pogba. If not, well, I wouldn't say the best player in the world, but he's definitely one of the best in the world. There are talks of a 9-figure fee. Well, it's currently 97.5 million, which isn't very far off of well, that's 97.5 million pound, so that would definitely be over 100 million euros. I wouldn't say it's 50-50. I'd say there's a 30 or 40% chance it could happen, and then 60 or 70% that it won't. Apparently, like I said, the fee has been agreed, and it's just down to Pogba and his agent. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's going to happen, and I don't have much hope for it. If they did get him, it would be unbelievable, and it would really reshape that midfield, because Pogba is one of the best well-rounded players in the world. And it would definitely bring United back to the top of teams to be reckoned with, and to really keep an eye on, because if he could turn them into a title challenging club if he does come back to United. Next, I'm going to the right mid, and another player who there's more of a chance he'll join, and that is Henrik Mkhitaryan. According to Sky Sports, there has been a £26.3 million fee agreed with Borussia Dortmund, and apparently his agent is going to be in Manchester soon enough. I think he had 23 goals and 32 assists for Dortmund, and this I was lagging. I had to kind of sort that out. But yeah, he had a good season, 23 goals, 32 assists. That's just amazing. And if he could bring that to United on the wide, with his pace, his passing, his dribbling, everything, I think would just be perfect for United. In the cam spot, I think it's just going to have to be the man who's been there for 12 years now and has just done the same thing year in, year out. He's not a cam, actually, in this. He's down as a striker, and you already obviously know who it is. That is Wayne Rooney. Rooney, he's literally so well rounded that people don't give him enough credit for it. Like the defending, he's dropped back so many times and done so much. Like he can defend. His defending is as good as some Premier League defenders. His passing is as good as some Premier League midfielders, and his finishing, there's no question about that. He could finish from 10 yards out and he could finish from 30 yards out. Obviously not as good as what he once was, but he's still there. He's still one of United's best players. He's still improving his game every year. He said himself that he'll drop back once he gets older, and he's starting to kind of get to that time now. I know he's still young in terms of life, but in terms of soccer, your career is kind of over. I know there's obviously players who go over 37, 38, but once you kind of get to that age, your career is kind of done. So he'd definitely be there next year without a doubt. I don't know if he'll be captain, and there's a reason for it. I'll talk about it in a minute, but I'm going to move on to the left side of midfield now, and I think it just has to be United's best signing, which is Anthony Martial. His season last year was just, it was unbelievable. Like, to come into the Premier League at 21 years of age. Is he? He's not even 21. He's 20. Yeah, he's 20. Like, to come into the Premier League at 19 at the time he was when he came in. 19 years of age and do what he did. 15 goals, 6 or 7 assists, I think it was. Obviously that doesn't sound good, but the play that he did when he wasn't scoring goals and making assists was unbelievable. He could dance around players over by the corner flag. I'm not being biased here, because there's a lot of players, or there's a lot of people, I should say, that would say the same thing. His dribbling ability is just mental. The way he can go around a player and continue to go on, he can do everything at full speed, like. And his first goal against Liverpool, obviously, yes, I will admit myself that there was a bit of luck in there with the bounce off his foot, but he still cut across Skrtel. He still came in from the left and did everything himself and put it into the corner, like any top class striker. He did play the majority of the season at left mid, and I don't know if that would have improved him or it would have if it would have cut him back a bit, because he didn't play a lot of games at striker. I think it definitely helped out in the assists, because especially for the assist he got for Fellaini in the FA Cup semi-final against Everton, when he cut in off the left and played the ball, and when he did the same for Rooney's back heel as well when Rooney came back. Oh no, he wasn't injured at that stage, was he? I can't remember. But yeah, he'll definitely be there next year, and he's definitely one to keep the eye out on. Keep your eye out on for the future, because if he plays like he did, and even better over the next 2 or 3 years at United, I guarantee there's going to be a big club like Madrid, Barcelona, well, possibly Munich as well, that could just come in and snatch him up for a big figure. And the last player just has to be the man who's been linked since he left PSG. Ever since he left PSG, there's been talks of him joining, and that's Ibrahimovic. Probably will definitely go down as one of the best strikers to ever play the game. He proves season in, season out that he is one of the best strikers, and he proves that age is just a number. He's 35 in November, and he's still scoring 30 plus goals a season. Like, he just, every time they say, like, I remember at the start of the season, I heard people saying, like, that he wasn't going to do what he used to do, and he went off and scored 35 plus goals. Like, that's just unbelievable for a 34-year-old. And I know 34 is young in the terms of your life and whatever, but in soccer, your career is done 3-4 years after that, and he's still going. And if he goes to United, I hope this loads up now, but if he goes to United, without a doubt, he will score 20, 25 plus goals, because there's a lot of weak defenders in the Premier League who would not be able to handle Ibrahimovic. He'd probably go down as one of the most controversial players too. But just for him to do what he does is just mind blowing. Like, I don't know how he continues to do it, and he just proves everyone wrong. I think he would definitely have a role in kind of the in the back for players, because don't do this now. He would definitely have a strong role in the dressing room with players. He like, because he's so he knows how things work. Like, he's just unbelievable. Like, there's nothing else you can say about him. He is just defining everybody. Like, he does the same thing every year, from since he started at Ajax to since he ended his time at PSG. He has done the same thing, and I think that if he did go to United, and if he played like he's played everywhere else, he would go down as one of the best players that United ever had. But yeah, this has been my prediction for the squad, United squad next season. I would probably end up doing another squad like Chelsea or Liverpool or Arsenal possibly. But yeah, for now this is a squad that I think United may have going in. Obviously there's one or two players in there that mightn't be there, like Pogba. There's a good chance he won't be in there. Payet mightn't be there, or Rojo mightn't be there. But there's a lot of players that are guaranteed to be there. Smalling, De Gea, Shaw, Bally, Schneiderlin. I'd nearly go as far as saying Mkhitaryan. But that's it anyway. That's the squad that I think Jose Mourinho will have for next season for United. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.